these first few problems, they kind of all go together. So here's a tape diagram. The story represented, select a story represented by the tape diagram, and then select the equation represented by the tape diagram. So it looks like I have 3x's, add 6 is 27, because I know that I have 1, 2, 3 boxes that are the exact same. So that means 3x add 6 equals 27. So let's see, I have to find one that looks like that. It would be like this. This one's obviously not correct because it would have 6 boxes that have x in them, and that just doesn't make any sense. So 3x add 6 is 27. I have to find a story that matches that. A family buys 6 tickets to a show. They also pay a $3 parking fee. They spend $27 total. That one I automatically know is wrong because the 6 shows that has the unknown attached to it. I don't know how much these tickets were, and there's 6 unknown prices, which means that would be representing this equation right here, so I know that that's incorrect. So then my only option has to be this one. Sorry, pardon me. Diego has 27 ounces of juice. He pours equal amounts for each of his 3 friends, 1, 2, 3, and has 6 ounces left for himself. So that means that that one is representing this one. So here's the next diagram. Here's another diagram. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unknowns. So 6 attached to x. Add 3 equals 27. So I find my equal one there, and then I select a story. Well, because Diego had 27 ounces and he split it between 3, I know that's not right. So this one has to be right. A family buys 6 tickets, and they pay a $3 parking fee, and I can't speak today. They pay a $3 parking fee, and they spend $27 total. So I know that's correct because there are 6 unknowns. I don't know how much the tickets cost, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 unknowns in here. So that's the answer to that one. So here's my response from diagram A. Diego has 27 ounces. Use my response to determine the value of x. Well, I know that if I have 3x add 6 equals 27, I can subtract 6 from both sides. So now I have 3x equals 27, subtract 6 is 21. I can divide by 3 on both sides. So x equals 21 divided by 3, which is 7. So 7. I know that if I subtract 6 from both sides, 3x equals 21. I can divide by 3 on both sides to get x by itself, and x equals 7. Moving on to the next one. Here's my response for diagram B. A family buys 6 tickets to a show. They also pay a $3 parking fee. They spend $27 in total. So I have to find x. Same thing. I know that 6x plus 3 is 27. So if I subtract 3 from both sides, I have 6x. 27 subtract 3 is 24. Divide by 6 on both sides because I'm using the opposite operation, or the inverse operation. In this case, 6x is multiplied, so I have to divide to get x by itself. So x equals 24 divided by 6, which is 4. So x is 4. And I explain that. I know that I can get x by itself by subtracting from both sides. Remember, we're keeping everything equal here, or as we call proportional. So if I'm going to subtract 3 on this side, I have to do the same thing on this side to make sure that it stays equal. And I do the inverse operation of what I see. So I see addition, so I have to do subtraction because that's the inverse of addition. I see multiplication, so I have to do division. So I can subtract 3 from both sides. So 6x is equal to 24. I then can divide by 6 on both sides to get x by itself. And x equals 24 divided by 6 is 4. Okay, so here's this one. I have to figure out which of these tape diagrams match my little equations here. So how I'm going to do it is, I know that when I see these parentheses right here, I have x add 1. That means that I'm going to have 5 boxes that have x add 1. So immediately I see that this one and this one go together, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 boxes with x add 1. And then this one I have 5, add x, add 1 equals 20. So I have to look and I see this one here. Those obviously match because each of these boxes will be represented by one of these numbers or variables. And then this one I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the same boxes. So 5x, add 1. So obviously it goes there. I hope that makes sense. And if not, then let me know so we can talk about it more. Okay, so you're determining the value for each variable. I think you can probably figure this out on your own, especially because you can see that this whole thing is 72. So if you can figure out that if you know 54 and you'll have 2 of the exact same boxes, you can figure out kind of what those are. Just to give you that hint, I would subtract 72 and 54. Okay, so I have to borrow, so that's 6, and that's 12, and that's 8, and that's 1. So 18 has to be divided evenly into 2, so that means that A is equal to 9. And then from there, you should be able to figure out the rest of this, because you know that this second one is the exact same length as this right here. So that means that whatever you figured out what A is, and then you know what this is, so you can kind of figure out, well, if this is 9 and this is 54, what's this length? You know that these are all 9, so you could figure out this length. Same thing with C, same thing with this, same thing with this. You should be able to figure all of that out. Okay, so spiral review, determine the number of miles each car can travel in 1 hour, assuming they drive at a constant speed. Well, you have to find your unit. So how many, if they drive 135 miles in 3 hours, 135 miles in 3 hours, how many miles do they drive in 1 hour? Well, you can see that represented as a ratio, so 135 miles over 3 hours. So how do you get to X amount of miles over 1 hour? Same thing goes with all of these. You can do the exact same thing every time. So you can either cross multiply, or you can divide to get 3 to 1. Either way, you're going to be doing kind of the same thing, and you'll be able to find all of your answers there. More spiral review. This is just multiplication with decimals and negative numbers. You should be able to do that. And all the expressions that have products that are positive, again, you're just finding the answers between all of these and just telling me which ones are positive. And then this will tell you if you're correct or not. So let me know if that helps. If not, send me another email and I'll make another video.